Okay, Terry wants me to do a little walk around here. We'll take a look this morning at what we got going. He's got the boot cowl kind of under control here. He's finalizing all of that stuff. We got the flaps in working. Ailerons are pretty much done. Finalizing the flap cabling on it, and the rest of the airplane is getting there. Tail's ready for, pretty much ready for John's final inspection. Then we close that up, get some of the tin on for fitting purposes for the boot cowl. You can see the instrument panel. It went dark on me. Is that?
Nope, you're fine.
I'm fine. Okay. Engine is really coming along. About ready to do a little more finalizing and hang a prop on it. Be ready to test run that baby here before long. Got the cowling over here. Gonna do the final sand on that and put color on it, top and bottom.
And make comment about all the work you
Oh yeah, yeah. This cowling wasn't. It was fresh metal that had been tortured into shape. So we got primer coats and sand and primer and sand and primer and sand.
How many coats of primer?
Well, put on 2 coats of the epoxy on the bare metal, and then put on 4 coats, 2 cross coats of the sandable slick sand. Sanded it down, block sanded it back down. Put on another 4 coats of slick sand and sanded it again. And now we've got this is the epoxy again, the white epoxy over top of the slick sand for final. The inside was pretty much the same procedure, only I didn't sand it near as hard because it doesn't have to be as smooth inside, because nobody's going to be looking at that except when the cowling is off for maintenance. But it's got the final color on it, ready to go. And we're coming along. We've got to do a leak check on the fuel tanks before we put fuel in them, but that's all. Shouldn't take too long, just to put some soap solution on there and then pressurize them with a little pressure, see if there's any bubbles anywhere. We're expecting them to be tight, but we want to make sure. And got the push to talks and all that done. So the instrument panel is pretty much finished, and I think that's about it. The flaps and ailerons are pretty much dialed in. You can see they're about where they need to be. Got to set the stops and things on them and check them for travel, make sure they're getting full travel and all that, which they should. And here's what's left of the flap and aileron cabling. I've still got to swage the flap cables. The aileron cables are swaged. Everything needs to be dialed in for proper tension and then safetied, and it's coming along. So that's kind of the short of it.
Did you get a full shot of your marvelous dialing here?
Oh, of the controls, yeah.
Oh, this is that bolt you were using too?
Yeah, that's the temporary for the up stop. We need to build a shorter bolt to go into those.
No.
It's something to hang the rubber chicken on when it's sitting on the line. And yeah, I think that's about it. Looking good. It's an airplane. Still got to put the brakes on it, on the wheels, and build a couple of the lower brake lines and bleed those and check them out, and that'll be done. So the list is getting shorter, which we're happy about.
Yeah.
And
John ought to be here on the 22nd or the 23rd, and it should be ready to have his pin go over it with that critical eyeball he's got. And in theory, it'll be ready.
that's the plan.
That's the plan. Press the button on the top, hold it for